Okay guys, so welcome back to the championship rounds. I'm going to break down the UFC Fight Night, which is on tomorrow night. Emmett versus Kattar, and in the main event, in the co-main event, we've got Cowboy versus Joe Lozon. But first, I'm going to talk about the main event. Now, this is just going to be violent. Yeah, this is going to be crazy. You got Emmett, which is a stocky, powerful person who can just switch someone's lights out, and you got Kattar, who's tough as anything, durable as anything, and he'll keep coming forward with the pressure. Now you've got someone with knockout power in Josh Emmett, and you've got someone like Kattar who's just going to keep coming forward and throwing elbows, throwing punches, and just be on you the whole fight. Literally, if you look at Kattar's last few fights, he obviously, the one before last, he fought Holloway, and I think most people would have seen that, and he really got a beating from Holloway. But one thing that people respected him was that he never gave up. He kept fighting. Anyone else, in the third, fourth round in the corner would have been like, no, I'm done. But he was like, no, I want to carry on. He took so many strikes from Holloway. Holloway was just in some crazy flow state. But I think from that, he's gone on and bounced back and had a wicked performance against Giga. At certain points, he's throwing the stepping elbows instead of punches. He landed a spinning elbow in round 5, and I don't know how Giga managed to stay up from that. So respect to him as well, but that was the pressure. So Kattar's pressure was on him all the time, and Giga couldn't get his kicks going, which is quite fundamental to his game. It's an approach used by strikers, boxers mainly, or even wrestlers, to nullify a kicker, is to put pressure on them. Don't give them space. So what Khabib did against Barbosa, just literally just rushing him and just taking him down. Couldn't let Barbosa throw a nasty kick and wobble him like we've seen that he did to Michael Johnson, making him do the chicken dance. But anyway, moving on from that, the fight before Holloway, he got a win over Dan Ige, and he KO'd Jeremy Stephens with a stepping elbow. The one before that, it was a loss against Zabit, who is now retired, and I've got a video on that which I uploaded today, so go check that out. But his record at the moment is 28 fights, 23 wins, and 5 losses. So to me, that's a good record. Loses to Holloway and Zabit is nothing to be ashamed of. I just feel like in this fight, if he can sort of stay away from Josh Emmett's power in the first few rounds, I feel like, because Emmett's very explosive and he's stocky, and I feel like in the later rounds, over 5 rounds, we know Kattar's got the conditioning. Josh Emmett's conditioning hasn't been tested much over 5 rounds, so I think Kattar's going to take confidence in that and start, wearing on him in the later 3, 4, 5 rounds, when I feel like Emmett might tire slightly. But who knows, Emmett could be in amazing condition and he might do the 5 rounds with no trouble and still carry his power to the end. Josh Emmett, 4-fight win streak. He KO'd Michael Johnson in his 4 fights ago. That was a crazy KO. Then he had a win over Burgos, a win over Ige, and a guy called Bekic, can't really pronounce his name, but he had a war with Burgos. So this guy is willing to stand and trade. This is why I know it's going to be violent. Kattar coming forward, Josh Emmett ready to slug it out as well. I feel like Kattar, by coming forward, could come onto like a left hook from Emmett and be put out from that. Interesting thing is how Kattar finished Jeremy Stephens with a stepping elbow. Josh Emmett lost. His last loss was to Jeremy Stephens, who hit him with a really nice left hook and then finished him with elbows. So I'm just super excited, man. I think it's just going to be a stand-up war. Emmett's got great wrestling and he can use that, but Kattar's 89% takedown defense. So I feel like it's going to be underground. Volume versus power for me for this one. And yeah, I feel like Emmett might try and mix it up, and he's clever to do that. But the thing is, if Emmett tries to take him down, Kattar's going to make him work very hard for that takedown. I mean, Zabit's a great grappler, and he couldn't really hold Kattar down. So I feel like Kattar might just get it in the later rounds. Like, really, if he turns up the pace in the 4th, 5th round, I think he'll take it and maybe get the TK over Josh Emmett. We know Kattar, he ain't going to be finished. We know that. We know how tough he is. Unless one shot turns his lights out, he's going to be there fighting. And he's only lost by submission once, which is like 2008. So looking forward to it, man. Please tune in. I feel like it's going to be a banger, and it's a big one for the featherweight division. So the winner will probably get Allen next, and then go for a title shot after that. But yeah, moving on.